A major uncertainty has just emerged, keeping Steelers fans on edge. Just days before the 2025 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers still don't know if Aaron Rodgers will sign with them. This was confirmed by Dianna Russini, a well-known insider from The Athletic, who spoke directly with a source inside the organization. The team is currently in a sort of limbo, as they haven't set a deadline for the veteran quarterback, while the draft clock keeps ticking and the need for a QB remains urgent. Before diving into the big questions surrounding Aaron Rodgers, it's important to look at the current quarterback situation in Pittsburgh. With only Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson under contract for 2025, the Steelers are facing a strategic dilemma. If Rodgers doesn't commit soon, the team might be forced to look for a quarterback in the draft. And let's be clear, this wouldn't just be a depth pick, but a high-impact decision that could even involve trading up. All of this adds more pressure to the Rodgers watch. According to recent reports, the Steelers haven't given Aaron Rodgers an official deadline to make his decision, leaving the team in a delicate position. Although many around the league believe the April 24th draft acts as a de facto deadline, that remains speculation. If Rodgers doesn't sign before the draft, Pittsburgh would have to seriously consider drafting a quarterback, which would completely shift their strategic plan. Dianna Russini even commented that she wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers moved up in the draft in order to secure a promising QB. And now I want to hear from you, Steelers fan. What do you think about this whole wait for Aaron Rodgers? Do you think the team is right not to pressure him with a deadline? Or do you think they should take control of the situation and go after a young quarterback in the draft right now? This uncertainty could backfire if they don't act in time. So let me know in the comments. Is Rodgers worth the wait, or should Pittsburgh move fast and go for Plan B? Now that we understand the quarterback landscape in Pittsburgh and the tension surrounding the draft, it's time to talk about the most important part, the bombshell that's shaking up the team. The news no one wanted to hear was confirmed by Dianna Russini. The Steelers have no idea if Aaron Rodgers is going to sign. Yes, as unbelievable as it sounds, with just 1 week until the draft, there is still no certainty about the veteran quarterback's decision. And that could change everything. The renowned journalist Dianna Russini from The Athletic dropped the bomb. She spoke directly with a source inside the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the response was blunt: there are no updates on Aaron Rodgers. The team has absolutely no idea if the quarterback will agree to sign with them. With only 8 days until the 2025 draft, this uncertainty has left the franchise in a tough spot. Although all the signs up to now seem positive, Rodgers remains completely silent, creating doubts and forcing the team to consider other possibilities. This uncertainty with Aaron Rodgers could push the Steelers to make a drastic move during the draft. If the veteran QB doesn't sign before April 24th, Pittsburgh might be forced to trade up and select a quarterback in the first round. That would completely change the team's planning for the 2025 season. Additionally, this indecision could affect the coaching staff's confidence, the offense's preparation, and even the locker room atmosphere. Rodgers holds the upper hand, and he seems willing to use it until the very last moment. And now I ask you directly, since you're always keeping an eye on the Steelers' future, do you really believe Aaron Rodgers wants to play in Pittsburgh, or is he just buying time to see if a better offer comes along? Do you think the Steelers should keep waiting, or should they make a bold decision now and go for a young quarterback in the draft? Comment down below. I want to know if you still trust Rodgers or if you're already losing patience with this never-ending saga. And that's the end of this update on the uncertain future of Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss any updates. The draft is coming, and things could change at any moment. Will Rodgers sign? Or will we see a new quarterback in Pittsburgh? I'll tell you everything, right here. See you in the next video with more exclusive NFL news. Recently, ESPN released a new mock draft that left Pittsburgh Steelers fans questioning what's ahead. Mel Kiper Jr. and Field Yates, two of the most renowned analysts in the sports world, made picks that defy expectations. To everyone's surprise, the Steelers not only focused on strengthening their defense but also made a bold move by selecting a quarterback. The big question is this pick really the future of the franchise? Before diving into the big reveal, it's important to note that the Pittsburgh Steelers have been clear about their draft strategy, which is focused on strengthening their defense in recent years. The selection of Derek Harmon, a defensive tackle from Oregon, in the first round of the draft seems to reflect this philosophy. Harmon is seen as a key piece for the defensive line, bringing physicality and skills that could solidify the Steelers' defense for years to come. However, what's catching the attention of analysts, and even fans, is what happened in the third round. The Pittsburgh team did something no one expected. Instead of continuing to focus on further reinforcing the defense or addressing other areas of need, the Steelers made a bold move by trading their third-round picks with the Las Vegas Raiders to move up to the 63rd position. What followed this move is even more intriguing. At the 63rd pick, the Pittsburgh Steelers surprised everyone by selecting Jalen Milroe, a quarterback from Alabama. What makes this pick even more interesting is that Milroe wasn't considered one of the top quarterbacks to be selected so early. The expectation was that the team would opt for a more experienced QB, someone who could take over the starting role in the coming years. However, Coach Tomlin's strategy seems to be quite different. Milroe is known for his impressive mobility and exceptional athletic abilities, which give him a high potential for development. The quarterback, who had shining moments at Alabama, has all the tools to grow under the guidance of Mike Tomlin and his coaching staff. Milroe, known for his agility and ability to make plays with his feet, possesses the type of talent that could become a true weapon in the Steelers' offensive system in the years ahead. The Steelers' big bet on Milroe reflects a strategic vision for the future of the team's most important position, quarterback. While the team has clearly made an effort to strengthen the defense with the selection of Harmon, the move to select Milroe suggests the franchise is preparing for the transition from Ben Roethlisberger. Milroe may not be the immediate answer to the starting role, but he offers significant development potential, which could be crucial for the franchise in 2025 or 2026. This pick not only impacts the depth of the quarterback position but also alters the team's long-term dynamics. With Milroe's arrival, the Steelers now have another option to consider for the future, which could lead to an interesting competition within the team, possibly even a battle for the starting role in a few years. For fans, this is great news as it shows the team is thinking with a solid and long-term plan in mind. The big question on everyone's mind now is, does Jalen Milroe have what it takes to become the future quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Or would it have been wiser for the franchise to focus their efforts on a quarterback in the first round, someone more ready to assume the position immediately? Milroe has the advantage of being an athletic quarterback, but his development will be key in determining whether he can evolve enough to become the team's starter. Milroe's selection also raises questions about the immediate future of Kenny Pickett. Are the Steelers dissatisfied with Pickett as their future QB, or are they simply looking for more depth and alternatives at the position? This pick will certainly spark debates in the coming months as teams prepare for training camp and the start of the season. With the arrival of Jalen Milroe and the selection of Derek Harmon, the internal dynamics of the Steelers are bound to change. While Harmon's pick is aimed at strengthening the defensive line, the draft of Milroe as the future quarterback could spark healthy competition at the position. With Pickett as the starter, Milroe's entry creates a scenario where both quarterbacks compete for more playing time, which can only be positive for the development of both players. Furthermore, Milroe's presence on the roster could affect the team's plans for other quarterbacks who might have been considered in the future, such as Mason Rudolph or Mitch Trubisky. If Milroe develops quickly, he could take over the starting job sooner than expected, potentially leading to significant strategic changes for the Steelers in the near future. The Pittsburgh Steelers undoubtedly have a clear plan for the future, and the decisions made in this draft reflect that. The selection of Derek Harmon is aimed at securing a solid defense, while the bet on Jalen Milroe as the future quarterback shows the franchise is investing in the most important position in football with a long-term vision. While Milroe may not be the immediate name to replace Ben Roethlisberger, his mobility and athletic talent make him a bet that could pay off in the long run. Now, the question remains, will the Steelers be able to develop Milroe to make him their franchise QB in the future? Or was the pick of a defensive tackle the more crucial move to ensure the stability and success of the defense in the years to come? Leave your opinion in the comments and join the discussion about the future of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Will this pick pay off? We're eager to see how these moves will impact the team in the coming years. Stay tuned for more draft analysis, Steelers moves, and the latest news about the franchise. See you in the next video.